La Gomera, the second smallest of the Canary Islands, this roughly circular-shaped island is marked by deep ravines all around the island, making it pretty difficult to reach a village that might be located in the next ravine, especially before the modern comfort of tunnels and roads, a nightmare. In a previous episode of the Heroes of the Canary Islands, we learned how the people here use the whistle language to communicate between those ravines. But would it not be perfect to travel across these ravines fast? Maybe like a goat. As a goat, it seems you can break the laws of gravity and simply walk up a vertical wall. The Canarian people might have actually found the perfect way to move fast between those ravines. Welcome to today's episode. We will learn about Salto del Pastor and how the Canarian people learned how to break the rules of gravity. We will meet the people trying to preserve this cultural heritage.
The Canary Islands, a paradise for locals and tourists alike. This small piece of land, located in the vast Atlantic Ocean, is home to 2 million people and welcoming every year more than 14 million tourists, who are the people and organizations making living here not only possible but also a bit better. In this exclusive YouTube series, we will uncover them. We will show you their work and talk with the people behind, the ones that make small miracles every day. Untraveled Roads presents the Unsung Heroes of the Canary Islands.
A valley between steep ravines here in La Gomera seems like the perfect location to learn about Salto del Pastor. I am on my way to meet Juan. Salto del Pastor is practiced on all Canarian islands. Each island has an official organization for teaching and preserving this cultural heritage. Here in La Gomera, the organization is Juan is one of the teachers. He will tell us everything about Salto del Pastor, demonstrate it to us, and I even will try it myself. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This small gesture means a lot to me and makes projects like this possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the invitation and for having us.
You're welcome.
Maybe to begin a bit, you can tell us a bit about the history of Salto del Pastor and also how you started to learn it.
Well, the shepherd's leap comes from the pre-Hispanic era. The old inhabitants of this island, the Guanches, were using the wooden stick to move around through this landscape that we have in the islands, which is mountainous and rugged. After that, this practice was maintained throughout the time. Especially the shepherds were the ones that maintained it. This practice, it was a tool to move through this landscape with their goats, with their sheep, and this is how it came to our times. But nowadays it is more like some sort of sport. It's not a competitive sport, but it's a sport to enjoy nature more than anything. Nowadays it is practiced in almost all the islands, and the majority of the islands there are clubs, there are groups of people that get together to practice it and enjoy, as we said, the nature. Especially that.
Okay, understood so far, but how does it actually work? It seems the stick is essential, but how can you actually climb or jump down? And can you even climb up?
Basically, what we are doing is walking with the stick. Here in La Gomera, it's called astia. In other islands, it has a different name. In Tenerife, it's called lanza, in Gran Canaria, garrote, and in La Gomera, we call it astia. And we say that when you do hiking, walking, and you have some poles, you walk with the legs, and you are helping yourself with the poles. In the shepherd's leap, no. In the shepherd's leap, you walk with the stick and you help yourself with the legs. Because what we basically do is to sustain all our body in this point. It's called regaton. And from there we start moving. It can be either by jumping, walking in vertical areas, sustaining all our body in the astia, in the regaton. This is the basic rule. Its main use is to go down, but it is also used to go up and climb. You can also go up vertical walls as long as the wall is not taller than the height of the stick.
Alright, enough theory. I want to see it in action. Alright, I guess before I continue practicing I should go back to the theory. And let's get started with the actual handling of the stick. Well, the astia. Juan will show me how to correctly hold the stick, but also how to correctly slide it down.
First you must learn how to position your hands. Yeah?
Okay.
Normally we take this one hand up with the finger up here, yeah? And the other hand is always so like this with the finger down. This is always in every technique, every movement. It should be like this. Yeah? Okay. What we do is, how I said it before, is to slide, through this. Normally the hand what we have up, we make a bit higher on the shoulder here. Make a bit higher, like this, because it should be close to your body always, This is what it will help to stop you when you jump or when you walk, When you make like this, you need too much power with the arms, it's not possible. This is like this, Yeah? So, what you will make is always like this, yeah? Only that you get the feeling how to slide. Very good, okay. But this is only that you get the feeling,
As we heard before from Juan, it has its origin from the shepherds, who followed their animals through this difficult terrain. Nowadays, people like Juan and organizations like Julia Tamaniake preserving nowadays these traditions, and also teach more people this fascinating way of exploring your surrounding. Juan and his friends often make tours just for fun, where they go hiking, or shall I say jumping. Anyways, Juan told me before, while doing Salto del Pastor, you get a sense of freedom simply because you can go to places where you normally could not go, and maybe you even go to places where never before any human were. After thinking about this, I can really understand it and understand the beauty of this sport, especially since you are also not restricted by any trails. Here in this group, just go up or down these cliffs, being able to even jump down almost vertical walls. I still need to learn and practice a lot before I will be able to do this and to join them. But hey, slowly I make also some progress. After a lot of practices, I actually managed to get a right form. Well, more or less right. So it got time to test it under real circumstances. Standing here and looking down was actually pretty scary, especially because you're doing the opposite from what your body tells you to do. If you jump or if you fall, the natural reaction would be to land on the feet and roll to absorb the force. While here, you actually even bend the legs a bit. But anyways, let's do that. Alright, I guess this falls under the category of half successful. In Salto del Pastor there are different techniques, depending on the obstacle you want to cross. Besides the one we just did, I also learned one for small obstacles. You can use it to directly continue walking after you jump.
And now the contact close to this part of the body. Okay. To here, yeah? Okay. There.
Lastly, for difficult and vertical walls, Juan showed me a technique to basically walk this wall down. Because you use a stick to hold your whole weight by pressing towards your body, everything actually feels quite easy to do. Juan although told me the next day I will feel muscles that I didn't even know existed. And by speaking now to you, I can confirm that. It was one of the worst muscle soreness I ever had. And the muscles that hurt were really in places I didn't expect them to hurt. But enough from me, I think it's getting time for a real world demonstration. Juan will walk and jump down a cliff and demonstrate Salto del Pastor to us. That was it. That was this episode of the Unsung Heroes of the Canary Islands. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give a thumbs up to support me and my channel. And also big thanks to Jorge Tamaniake and also Juan for showing us this amazing tradition and sport, and also for preserving it. I linked down their profiles, their Instagram and their YouTube. Make sure you check them out and leave some love there. I'm back in Lisbon. There are a few more adventures coming from the Canary Islands, but in the meantime I make some smaller adventures back in Lisbon, and also most importantly pack my stuff so I can start moving on my bike and start my bikepacking adventure in May. If you don't want to miss this out, and if you want to support me, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next week for a new adventure. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao, ciao.
I hear 'em chatting the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking.